Assalamualaikum. Good morning to everyone. Okay, today we will have annual meeting as part of the company's obligation every year. I would like to welcome all the board members to the annual general meeting 2022. Present to the meeting today is our financial manager, Ms. Nur Amira Shamsul Johari, Ms. Nur Akilah Yahya as my bank representative, and Ms. Karinisa Satul Mizan as a representative of SIME DARBY shareholder. So our first agenda for today's meeting is to present a financial statement, and our second agenda is to plan for a new project as part of the company's future plan. At the end of the meeting, we will be accepting any question regarding the financial report that will be answered by Ms. Anura, Ms. Karisa, Ms. Akila, and me. Did anyone receive the agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, is everyone here? Can we proceed with our agenda? Are there any amendments in our financial report?
Everyone is here, Miss, and for now we have no amendments since everything has been finalized by our accountants and financial manager.
Can anyone propose the minute of meeting as per true record?
I propose the meeting to be passed as report. I second the motion.
Alright, let's move forward. Any matter arising before we start our meeting today?
No.
So today's meeting is to analyze the financial report of SIME DARBY as it ends for 2022. The reports are open for discussion. If any of you have any question or comment, you can ask after the presentation is done. So without further ado, financial manager, please proceed with our agenda today.
Alright, thank you, Ms. Husna. Now I will explain about the liquidity ratio of our company SIME DARBY Berhad for the year of 2021 and 2022. First, we go with the current ratio. The current ratio increased in 2021, which was 1.6 times compared to 2022, which was 1.7 times. The increasing current ratio in 2022 shows that the company ability to pay is RM1.70 for RM1 of its short-term liability. Next is about the quick ratio of our company. In 2021, it is 0.6 times, while 2022 is 0.5 times. This shows that we are able to pay without having to rely on illiquid current asset, whereas 50 cents for RM1 of its short-term liability in 2022 and 60 cents for RM1 in 2021. Last, for activity ratio is about net working capital. The analysis has shown there are slightly decreased value of ringgit of 2022 compared to 2021. Next, I would like to proceed with the activity ratios for 2021 and 2022. Firstly, as shown in the slide, 2021, SIME DARBY Berhad has a high effectiveness of inventory to generate sales, whereas the inventory turnover ratio in this year is higher than 2022, which is in 2021, the inventory turnover is 4.85, while in 2022 is 4.05. Secondly, the company experienced a higher ratio of fixed asset turnover in 2022 compared to 2021, which is 5.43 and 5.36 times respectively. Therefore, this indicates that the company was more efficient in 2022 to generate sales from its fixed asset. And last but not least, for activity ratio, the total asset turnover in 2021 has a higher ratio compared to 2022. Therefore, this determines our company has 1.56 times in 2021 compared to 2022, which is 1.41 times. To end my presentation, as we can see from this comparative analysis, we can conclude that the inventory turnover of 2022 is higher than the average industry index 2022. Similar to the total asset turnover of 2022, it has a higher return compared to the average industry index. And that's all from me for now. I would like to pass to our Ms. Husnas, our CEO.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear and precise. Now I want to hear from Ms. Karinisa as our shareholder on what she has to say about profitability ratio. Ms. Karinisa, please proceed.
Thanks, Ms. Husna. Now, let's look at the profitability ratios. First of all, gross profit margin rises from 3.74% to 3.84% in 2021 to 2022. This shows we can control its sales cost compared to revenue. Next, our operating profit margin fell from 5.07 to 4.33. In 2022, the corporation has low asset productivity for creditor and shareholder returns. Unfortunately, our net profit margin likewise fell from 3.22% to 2.6% in 2032. Our firm generates 0.026 ringgit per ringgit of revenue in 2032 for shareholders. The next slide shows us the return on total assets. The data shows 1.35% changes between 2022 and 2021. Between these years, overall assets return fell from 5% to 3.65%. The corporation earns 5% in 2031 and 4% in 2032 for 1 ringgit in assets. Afterwards, the return on common equity fell from 8.76% in 2031 to 6.74% in 2032. It states that business owners earn more in the year before. Finally, the graph compares 2032 SIME DARBY profitability ratios to industry average. In 2032, our company's GPM, OPM, NPM, ROA, and ROE are all below industry average. Well, that's it from my side, and I will pass it back to the CEO, Ms. Husna.
Okay, that's good. Now let's hear from Ms. Akila, our bank representative, about the leverage ratio.
Okay, firstly, as I see the company having a higher debt ratio in 2022 compared to 2021. Next, the company experienced a higher percentage of debt to equity ratio in 2021 than 2022. Therefore, for the 2 years, the creditor's position is less risky compared to the owner. And last but not least, time interest earned for the company for the year 2021 has a lower ratio compared to 2022, which means that 2021 has lower financial risk to pay the interest compared to 2022. Next, for the industry index, based on the graph, the leverage ratio for this company was better than the industry average ratio because this company had a lower debt to equity ratio. And that's all for the leverage ratio.
Thank you. I find the analysis very quite content. Since SIME DARBY is becoming better in 2022 and more competent enough for the industry, though we might see a drop on several ratios since we faced with a lot of difficulty and outbreaks since last 2 years.
I feel a little bit relieved because the change are not that high. Our liquidity company has less liquid compared to previous year, but the changes are not too high. We can conclude that as of 2022, our company is able to meet its short-term obligation as per the liquidity ratio that was presented just now.
Even there is a decrease in liquidity ratio compared to last year's financial report, but it's normal for a company to encounter this as we gain by losing, especially in running a company. However, our situation does not endanger the company yet, and I also have confidence in high hopes that next year we will be able to improve our company's performance again. So we can do a better forecast in order to acquire better performance. All right, now I need all of you to give an idea how to improve our company performance for the next 5 years from now. Any idea?
I think we can try to enter the automobile industry like what we did in our previous year by collaborating with Porsche and BMW. Maybe next year we can try with a new arising company or any startup company to get a deal.
This business plan is one of the ways to attract investors on how well we know our market, product, strategy, and exit plan. This vision can help investors to foresee the company's growth and risk tolerance.
That's good. I would like to hear some more.
For the past year, our sub-company SIME DARBY Automotive has been doing a great job in getting dealership to distribute heavy industry equipment to big brands like BMW, Porsche, and Rolls-Royce. By the end of 2023, with the support of dealer partners, SIME DARBY Motors and BYD expect to bring the numbers of showrooms in the country to 20, and into 2024, the number will be doubled.
That's absolutely true. I have heard that in our past meetings, our directors and managers will work hard to make that happen, and we will try our best to impress you with our future plans for the company to keep rising. By the way, we are planning a new strategy to enhance our company's production. Do you mind?
Sure.
So we are currently planning to launch a new project of a new property in redevelopment city that is currently in the progress phase, which has been the talk of town since the lifting of the green belt. We want to convince you that the company is doing good now, and our property company is currently making great progress like our previous project, which is City of Elmina, inshallah. It's had a lot of customers, including friends. However, in view of costs and benefits, we should only associate with the best ideas where we can generate the highest profit from it.
Do you think this will not waste company funds due to the high project scale, and will it affect shareholders' dividends? Since, based on my analysis on your presentation about the financial report and your future plan, it will obviously cost a lot.
I'm sorry, we still don't have that information because our company has not yet finalized the dividends of shareholders, as the financials are still under review, and we can't give the exact amount of the dividends.
Yes, as Ms. Anira said, that we can't know the exact amount of dividends or what will happen in our future plan, but we want to let you know that Ms. Akila is here to back up our plan by giving us a full loan for this new project.
Yeah, the representative from SIME DARBY has informed me beforehand about the loan and we're still reviewing as for the matter, but hearing the representation of financial statement and company planning that was presented was quite convincing and promising. As a representative from Maybank, I think your decision to apply for a new loan is acceptable. Since as I look at your financial statement just now about the leverage ratio, it gives a good reason to accept your request for new loans.
I admit that our company have quite a better financial status by looking back at our previous project that's been successfully run, and the leverage ratio for this year doesn't look that bad for us to demand a new loan.
I agree. After take a note and observe your whole presentation, this company has a good record and seems to be able to repay the debt on time. This is because when viewed from the company debt ratio, for two consecutive years, the debt ratio is below 20%. As we know, the bank will consider it excellent if your debt ratio does not surpass 20%. Your ratio suggests that if you effectively manage your daily expense, you should be able to settle your obligation without stress. I brace up my decision on taking this request seriously.
So, Ms. Akila, what's your take on this? Are our presentation and future plans convincing enough for you to grant our request?
Yeah, sure. We will grant the loan for this company as we have been associated for a time now. We doesn't we doesn't want to lose our relationship, but if the situation insists, we will not hesitate to withdraw from this company.
So, any objection or perhaps another suggestion before we close and conclude our annual meeting this year?
No.
As for now, that's all.
Okay, all right. Can Ms. Anwar conclude our annual meeting for today?
So to end this meeting, I will summarize our agenda today. Firstly, we can overview our financial analysis throughout the year of 2022 while comparing the data with the financial statement in 2021. On the other hand, we have discussed our plan to improve our company performance by collaborating with more automobile industry and planning for a new project of property development.
Well, then, thank you for attending. Will someone propose the meeting to be adjourned?
Yes, I propose the meeting to be adjourned.
And I second the motion.
All right, thank you, everyone, for the meeting. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.